Hi, Michael Lish, Community Skis. You can always reach us at communityskis.com. Today we're going to talk about, well, actually I'm going to tell you a story. When I was younger, it's been about 27 years, I've been building, well, I started off with mono skis and was pretty in-depth in the snowboard industry, and then more recently, about 7 years ago, we started 333 Skis. But back in the day, one of our first factories was in Canoga Park, San Fernando Valley, LA area, and across the industrial park was basically a fine finish painter, and what he did was did classic guitars for rock stars. Once in a while they'd show up, but more often than not he'd be in there just doing his really great, spray paint or actually airbrush, and then he had this amazing finish booth where he did clear coats. He gave me the key, said, hey, go ahead and use it. It had a turbine air compressor, so it was just state-of-the-art at the time, and probably still would be state-of-the-art, and he showed me how to clear coat. So back in the day, there wasn't that film that went over a ski. You actually spray coated a finish on. So if you look at older skis, they don't have that kind of glossy, kind of plasticky look that contemporary skis have. They have this really fine, beautiful finish, and that came from essentially a clear coat. And so when I started, that's what I learned to do. And that spraying technique, being in that booth, that kind of negative airflow, and then watching custom art just kind of coming up into you in this multi-depth layer is something that I've aspired to ever since we started Community Skis, and even before that 333 Skis. So we've never used that plasticky looking top skin. We've always gone back to this, or we've tried to get back to that high gloss, super in-depth finish, and that's what we're going to go to do. Actually, that's what we're going to do today. So we're using a Fuji system. It's called an HVLP system, high volume, low pressure. Essentially what that means is you're putting an excellent paint through the system, but you're pushing it out with low pressure, high volume. So it's designed not to have overspray. And we're using a European system shipped in from Europe from our supplier, and it has a low VOC. VOCs are kind of the things you don't want to inhale. Those are volatile organic chemicals. And as you inhale them, they kind of give you that high, but in doing so, they're kind of killing brain cells. So we're using a low VOC system with an HVLP gun with probably one of the best masks out there. It's a Sandstrom. It comes from Sweden. It's a single-face mask. It's key. It's got a carbon vapor consolidation section in it. And also in our jet air filtration system, we also have a carbon filter. And then we have exit fans inside the shot that were built for the clear coat system. And let me get to it right now. So I've done the mixing. I'm just going to pour it in the gun. It's been mixed. We also have an accelerant in here. We're spraying at a lower ambient temperature, but we want the cure cycles to be fairly quick. Actually, I'm going to put my mask on now, and I'm not going to say much more except thank you.